the first series of overtime. Final score ended up being 16-19 in favor of Devestation. And now we have Devestation starting things off T-side, which you have to think is a huge advantage for them on this map.
Absolutely. They already have the momentum. Peace. They already had the momentum coming in from the last game, riding on that win. Dust 2 has been a slightly T-sided map in this game for a long time now. You got to imagine they're going to want to continue that pressure. And wow, their B-fake is actually working surprisingly well. If they were to execute on long right now and win that quick one-on-one with Vatty, or two-on-one rather, they might be able to get a plant down, but wow. Perfectionvore relentless with their aim thus far.
Has there been anything but headshots this round? No, there has not been anything but headshots this round.
Just headshots. Well, I mean, that's the great thing about the CT pistols is that, you know, body shots, they don't really handle them so well. Leg shots definitely don't handle those so well. But if there's anything that the USP and the P2K can do well, it's headshot. And on the pistol round, when you know no one else is going to have a helmet and you know one headshot is good enough, Perfectionvore can really tee off with those starter pistols.
Round 2 is about to get underway here, and let's see if CEVO is able to keep up the pressure. And it looks like they're going to be getting slightly aggressive here, but Devestation opting to play back, almost like they're playing an anti-eco.
Very quickly, they are going to be making it a really aggressive cat take. They're going to eat that nade. Let's see if they can put enough pressure on to get some guns down.
They have one more gun to beat, and he is going to beat them. That is going to be Vatty over there. He's able to make himself have a 3K. Edwin picks up the other two. 2K for Sasquatch, and that is round 2 down. 3 incoming.
It seems like Devestation really thought that they just took out all of the players that were there to hold them off at the A bomb site. That last player who was, that was Vatty, right?
Yes.
Pretty sure it was Vatty.
With
just
the FAMAS.
really, yeah, teed off on them with that FAMAS. 3 easy shots, was able to put them away. No bomb plants for Devestation thus far, so they're going to be forced into a third save round. And Perfectionvore not really looking to respect Devestation. They have 3 P90s on the board. They don't care. 50 bullets is 50 bullets.
Let's see if CEVO is able to force themselves not to get ecoed here. It's going to be a split A, and oh man, both the Catwalk guys are down early into the round. Here comes the rest of Devestation trying to work long, and man, Devestation finally picks up a kill here, going kind of slow, trying to work their way back out on a full sprint now, actually, excuse me, trying to catch players in middle. They're able to grab one. That's Bobless who goes down right there. 3 versus 3 now. They got to try and get down there and get those guns. Kinky is right there in the doorway, though, and Sasquatch not able to pick the gun up. Does he get it now?
Yes, he did.
Yes, now
it's
he's
a difficult
got it.
grab. Let's see Kinky pushing through the smoke. Gonna catch Sasquatch and shoot him in the back.
Oh, yes, he does. Oh my goodness, and rotating this back all the way to long A is going to be your T team, and there's Edwin. Edwin goes down. If they can get the bomb plant here, this will be huge for them. They are definitely going to get the bomb plant. It's going to be a safe plant, though. Not really set for long. I guess it could be considered a long plant if somebody had a higher powered weapon. Could go over there at the stairs of Pit, and they do not peek long. That's going to be Vico. Vico falls victim right there on the trade out. Kinky not making any noise, and Muffin. Oh, we caught the top of Muffin's head through the small cardboard box pile.
Yes, the boxes.
Yes, caught it, gets the win. Perfectionvore 3-0, but that is going to be a lot of rebuys.
Yes, it is. PZ Muffin rather wasn't the most consistent player on the season map for Devestation. He didn't do poorly by any stretch of the imagination, but the one thing that he did have going for him that game was that he was super clutch. Every time they needed him to get, wow, see that one click, one bullet through the door. Ah man, 4 shots really gonna tee off on that. But yeah, what I was saying was that yeah, PZ Muffin was just super clutch. Every time they needed him to get a frag or throw a really well-placed nade, he was there for it. He was just super clutch with it. And so I really thought he had a chance of winning that one-on-one, and he actually did have a really good chance, but couldn't bring it home. That must hurt, but yeah, as you said, they did substantial damage in terms of taking guns out of Perfectionvore's hands, but they weren't really expensive guns, just P90s.
Yeah, 4-shot here with the op. This is really going to shut things down if he's able to play the way he did earlier on the other map. And oh, Terrace trying to push out mid, and Vico's going to be able to get 2 before he goes down. Fobless inside the B site, trying to shut it down. Cheeks was all over him, though. Now Cheeks is by himself. He's got to beat Edwin, and wow, the collapse there. Edwin gets 2. Kinky is able to get 2, and Perfectionvore holds on to grab their 4th round.
Edwin doing a little bit of flexing of his own with that op. I guess showing 4Shot that, hey, you're not the only one who can op. But let's see. They are going to be buying up, they being the Terrace, this round once again. And an op is on 4Shot, and the rest of the team has rifles. So they're right back in it. They are not discouraged by that round 1, but they are very heavily invested in this round.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Devestation is going to be able to pull here. They are going to be trying to pull anything out that they can, and that is going to be a bid into long A there. Lopez and Sasquatch both getting kills. Edwin's going to be playing the barrels. He's able to get 1. Lopez goes down, so quick trade there. Oh, man, if they all rotate.
Flank.
Oh, man, there's going to be 1 more there on Catwalk to beat. Are they just going to go for the cat take? No, they're not. Fobless is in a good position, not able to collect any headshots there, and this should be an automatic win into the B bomb site here, and they know it. They had 1 player on cat, 1 in CT right now. Sasquatch and Fobless about to gunfight it out, and Fobless ends up winning that one. And what is going on with 4Shot? Did 4Shot not see that peak? What?
I don't know. Great job of taking down Fobless, who was pretty much the only player there to challenge him in 4Shot. Apparently, more clairvoyant than we are, despite the fact that we can see where all of the players are at all times. I guess just having immense confidence in his teammate Cheeks to take out Fobless. Super clutch kill for Cheeks right there, doing what he had to do, and 4Shot right there to back up his teammate. I really, really dislike that 1-shot off through mid.
Yeah, it's going to make it a lot rougher. It's going to make that cross relatively difficult.
Can't cross without a smoke anymore.
Yeah, you're going to have to change it up every single round. A jump, a run, a sidestep, whatever you're going to have to do. But Devestation turning up the heat now. And look at this, learning from their mistakes. 4Shot is going to be slow playing it long. Now we know somebody's behind him. He's just going to rotate near the door and try and protect. Looks like Vico is going to be on a slow play in CT spawn also. And they're going to shut that down. That's going to be Lopez and Cheeks getting the final kills there. That is going to be a 2K for Muffin, and Devestation now has 2 rounds to their name.
Even though Perfectionvore initially won 4 rounds straight, they actually had to save that round after only 1 round loss, because while Devestation has not been winning a bunch of rounds, well, they have been very recently. While they didn't win any of those first 4 rounds, they did a good job of taking guns out of Perfectionvore's hands and making the that wasn't even through the door. I'll give him the nod on that one.
That was just straight up through the crack.
Yeah, making the round losses count for them, and did a ton of damage to Perfectionvore's economy. So once again, they are going to be working towards long. I think long might be the B bomb site of this game, so to speak, on season. But no, they're actually, as soon as I say that, going the exact opposite direction.
Gonna try and work Catwalk here. They're gonna run directly into Kinky. That flashbang's gonna do a little bit. Oh, but he does win the gun battle there. Edwin's gonna step up with the op to try and support his teammate. Is able to take down Lopez, and now 1 player differential here between Devestation and Pvore, as they have the number advantage, and Cheeks evens it back up. Now it's gonna be a 3-on-3 here. Oh, Vadi peeking out from car, taking down 4Shot. But 1 more player on the Catwalk. That is gonna be Vico. Now it's gonna be a 1 versus 2 here. Both CTs in position to try and shut down Cheeks, and they do. Edwin is able to get the op shot off there, and Pvore taking 5 rounds early on CT side.
Vadi was really patient that round and waited a long time to take out 4Shot, who was sitting on long, and they were really, I think Devestation was really banking on 4Shot being able to collapse on the site with them, as the players are going to be able to go up cat. 4Shot would be able to provide that long distance instant kill coverage from the op, and another pick through door. How many? I think maybe he has 4 kills right now and 5 deaths. How many of his kills have been through the mid double doors? All 4 of them?
Quite possibly every single kill has been through mid double doors right now.
That's a little crazy. He had that one that didn't go through the door. I got to give him the nod on that one. But that's basically 3 frags that he's been able to pick up that really shouldn't have been frags. But, you know, more power to him. It's going to be the same thing for Perfectionvore and Edwin on the flip side. So
Yeah, let's see what Devestation is able to do here. They're going to pull a rotator over into the B-bomb site. That's going to be Fobless, who's already close there. Kinky's going to be working the window. Fobless peeks out, grabs another one, going for a third, not able to collect that third kill. He goes down, and I am now lagging. Oh, well, I'm back. All right, did you get connection issue for a second there, too?
No, that was just you.
Okay, all me, all my end. And 4Shot's going to get that window shot now. And it's going to be a 2 versus 1. Edwin's outside the bomb site. He's going to peek in through the window. Spray's happening. And wow, that was a lot of spray. But Muffin collects the kill. Devestation with 3 rounds versus Perfectionvore's 5.
Perfectionvore has been running that double off setup, which, for them has been really effective. They've been using the scopes really well, pretty much whenever they can avoid 4-shot, but because they've been, using that double scope setup, that very expensive double scope setup, they've been forced to save a bunch after just single losses. They, on round 5, when they lost just the straight up gun round, they had to save. Then they lost the round after that. I lost track pretty much round, but basically every time they've lost, they've had to save the subsequent round, which means they aren't really doing great money management, or rather, Devestation has been doing a really good job of making sure that Perfectionvore can't manage their money properly.
Devestation shutting this push down now. Only 2 CTs left remaining. That's going to be Vadi and Fobless. Remember, this is map number 2, guys. Perfectionvore versus Devestation. Devestation took the first map. Perfectionvore has to win this map to stay alive in the lower bracket end of this tournament. The winner of this will move on to play, I do believe, the winner of Savage versus...
Mobility.
Mobility. Savage versus Mobility. All right, good call on that one. And only 1 CT left alive. He's going to be trying to save an AK here. It's going to be Fobless. And he's going to be getting pushed from all directions now. If he's stuck in house, he is going to get burnt. They're going to be peeking house right now. He's going to be getting spammed through house. He's going to peek out. Lopez is right there. And Lopez collects the kill after the trade out. And Perfectionvore now has 5 rounds. Devestation has 4. And this is a tight game already.
Yeah, I was about to point out the fact that Perfectionvore was going to have to double save, but they're actually going to be going for it. They would rather force buy crazy guns on their CT side. I guess they're feeling like they already have a solid CT side going. They've won 5 rounds, which is, not great on CT side thus far, for a final score, but, 9 rounds in, 5 rounds is not bad. So they're going to have 3 FAMASs, an auto shotgun, and an M4, and pretty much no nades now that they've dumped them pretty effectively onto Cheeks.
That's going to be Vadi with the auto shotgun.
Come on, Vadi.
Oh, my goodness. Pulling out the auto shotgun here. Desperation mode possibly here for Perfectionvore, trying to do what they can. Here comes the push. Edwin's in the smoke, but he peeked out too far.
In the smoke on his screen, not on Cheeks' screen.
He was out a little bit too far of the smoke, so it looked like he was completely in the smoke on his screen. But for anyone else looking at him, he was well and out of that smoke. Kinky, with the 180 shots right there, is able to make that happen. Bring that from a 4 versus 2 to now a 2 versus 1, and another situation where he thought he was all the way in the smoke, where he clearly was not. Devestation ties it up 5-5.
Yeah, Devestation has done a really good job of keeping that pressure up. When they were down 4-0 and Perfectionvore had all of the momentum, I really thought that, my prediction was going to be completely wrong, that Perfectionvore was built for this map. But they've done a great job of clawing their way back into the game. A lot of it I have to credit to 4-shot and his op pressure. I mean, just they're scared to cross the double doors, and because of that, they're having to smoke it. They're losing their own vision of mid because of their fear of 4-shot, and it allows him to go pretty much wherever he wants to on the map, like long A, but he will get pushed and then taken down this round. That's not what they were looking for.
And that is going to be a big kill there, taking down 4-shot for Pvor. They are going to be on a save here. As you can see, Kinky did get an op. He's going to run away with that bad boy and try and get away. See if he can collect another kill. And man, I'm surprised Sasquatch could not see Vico in lower B. Now, man advantage is going to go to Pvor. And it might get evened up right here if they're able to collect this guy running in upper B. No, Vico's able to get 1 more, and that is going to be a 2K for Vico on the round. Here comes the CT rotate Fobless is going to be close. Fobless can't collect it. Yes, he does. He does collect a kill. That is going to be one for him. Now Muffin, last one left alive, getting sprayed down. Kinky strafing through the door. Successful eco round for your CT side, Perfectionvore.
I'm not exactly sure why Devestation chased that guy that was in upper B for so long. Because they were running pretty much straight at him in a straight line, he was able to pick up the opening kill. And, you know, he had that death camera that showed exactly where they were going, and it showed that they were going to go into B and they weren't going to stop. So the rotate was happening simultaneously. They gave up, you know, a gun, the life of one of their players, and tons of information just for that one frag. So, I mean, that was a decision-making or a communication error from Devestation that you'd think they would want to clean up if they want to fulfill my prediction.
Perfectionvore is able to take down 2 kills early into the round, and a third. Body just spraying through that smoke is able to collect Muffin right there. 4Shot's going to peek out. 4Shot drops into the pit, not able to make the op shot connect. So now only one left alive. That is going to be Cheeks. Cheeks grabs one. He's going to try and smoke himself off for protection here, and he's going to make the smoke happen. Gonna try and get Vadi. Grabs Vadi. Fobless right in his face, though. And there is another CT all the way at the other side. He's gonna throw that nade out close. Can he get out without getting killed? No, not able to. Kinky takes him down. And Perfectionvore now has a little bit of a lead here. They got that 2-round differential, and Pvore 7-5.
Absolutely. This is what I was talking about before when I said they're, you know, pretty comfortable with being able to force buy when their economy is in that weird in-between stage. They had 5 rounds before, which was, you know, pretty solid, but there was plenty of half left to go, and because of that, they've been able to re-regulate their economy, win the following rounds, and keep the pressure up on Devestation. I mean, at this point, Devestation just needs to work a little harder. They're not really getting the opening picks that they need, especially before they were, you know, they've had success exploiting the long area, you know, just the long A part of the map, and they've been shut down there pretty much consistently, and they've had only limited success elsewhere on the map. Looks like they're going to be doing a mid to B split this round if Sasquatch can pick up a kill, but unfortunately he can't.
Kinky and Fobless are able to lock that down. Vico, Kinky, and Fobless left alive here versus Muffin and Cheeks, so they got to try and make this happen. 2 versus 3. Bomb is going to rotate back over to A. One player pushing long, the other player is actually going to stack up in long with him. So let's see, the stack is over there kind of towards B. They expect it to go B, and if they can make this move at A, they are going to be styling here. All they got to do is try and make the cross. Here comes the rotate. They're going to drop that fire, and no, they can't pick either of the terrorists, so now Cheeks has to try and get this bomb down as quick as possible. Muffin on the defense here. He knows one player's down CT. That's going to be Kinky on the jumps. Kinky's going to get caught there with his pants down, but he might do enough distraction to allow the other 2 terrorists, or counter-terrorists, to work their way up catwalk. They're trying to get up, and Muffin is able to take down one. Cheeks grabs the other. Now only Fobless left alive. 1 versus 2. He's got to try and clutch this. Devestation trying to bring this within 1 round. Here comes Fobless on the push, and Cheeks is able to get him, so that's a 2K for Cheeks. Muffin with 1, Sasquatch and Lopez with the others, and we were almost tied up once again. This is so very close.
Yeah, it is. That was such a close and clutch 3v2 retake that Devestation was able to hold off. They used their nades super effectively right there, and that's really just displays the importance of holding on to your nades for the post-plant situation. There was the flashes that allowed them to... Yeah, that was a good pick by Edwin, but it was the flashes that allowed them to slow down Kinky long enough and to disrupt the timing that the CTs had on the retake, and it allowed them to pick up 2 frags, each one in a 1-on-1.
We are into round number 14 now. Devestation not doing as well as they should have on T-side on this map, given Dust 2 is widely considered a T-sided map here. Here comes the save from Vico. Vico's going to push out, meet a lot of rifles, and go down, so Edwin does have the op, and Vadi might get caught right here unless Vadi's able to make an extremely nice shot. No, Muffin was able to collect his face, and now Fobless is going to be trying to peek mid. He's going to take down 4Shot when 4Shot tried to make that jump onto the Xbox. A little unwise there, but it doesn't matter, and here comes the push long.
That's where Kinky is.
Oh, he is in a good spot here. He makes that kill happen, And now there's one terrorist left alive in the B bomb site with the bomb, and he goes down. So now we have a 2 versus 1 here. Edwin and Kinky both now have weapons. Your number 7 player of Muffin is going to be trying to push, and the op is right there in his face. Perfectionvore now has 8 rounds to Devestation 6, and we're going to be going into the last round of the half here. We could see 8-7 half.
Definitely. That 8-7 half is not the kind of scoreline that a terrorist team wants to start out with. This map, you know, as I said before, historically has been very T-sided, but, you know, I think a lot of it does come down to the styles are really good at shooting, and I think even the CT side on this map is very shooting focused. You can line up in situations or positions where, you know, give yourself a favorable angle, time it, and, you know, basically just use mouse 1 effectively. Devestation, or PZ Muffin, the last player of Devestation, probably going to go down here, right?
I would imagine he would, and yes, he does. Right at the end of the round there, Edwin is able to take him down, and that is going to do it for half there. 9-6 half in favor of Perfectionvore, and you got to think this is going to be a P4 map now that they got 9 rounds on CT side. There should be no way P4 should lose on terrorist side. Who knows? It might go opposite today, and Devestation brings back a ridiculous CT side.
I think that is, I don't know, I feel like every time I watch a game where the halftime scoreline is weirdly lopsided. I mean, sometimes if it's like a 12-3 where one team's just getting beaten really badly, usually that's, you know, an indication of one team being a little bit lopsided in the unusual direction. I find that those games are often the ones that get tied up and end up getting you know, really close. I don't really know why. That's just, you know, something that you kind of observe over time. So I wouldn't be surprised if Devestation can bring this game back and keep it close with Perfectionvore. But I also know that Perfectionvore is going to have some kind of strat for this round. We always talk about how they're a mainly, you know, shooting and run and gun style team. But they do mix in strats, and especially on the first round of each side, they almost always have a strategy or a setup that they've gone over beforehand. So, yeah, not surprised that they are ready to go.
This is going to be... Oh, a first round. Wow. It looks like Devestation. Oh, the trades are happening here. Let's see if 4Shot is able to collect a couple. Gets one. He needs some help from mid. Not able to get it soon enough, and we're on to a 2 versus 2. Edwin, very low, 44 HP. Vico down to 13 also. That's going to be a bomb plant. So either way, Perfectionvore has essentially done what they needed to this round. They're going to be able to... Oh, wow. Edwin through the door. No way he got that. This is going to be a hard battle for Lopez. Lopez is going to drop in. Can't get either of them. Oh, my goodness. Edwin through the door saved that round.
So in this game, well, combining both of the games, we've seen 4 pistol rounds, grand total, you know, obviously 1 on each side, and we've seen Perfectionvore win all 4 of them. Right? Am I mistaken there? I think that was...
I believe so.
Wow. I mean, Perfectionvore absolutely has Devastation's number in the pistol round department. That's, I guess they got ecoed on one of them during the first game. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11 rounds that they've earned thus far purely off winning the pistol round. So it just goes to show the importance of pistol rounds and how Perfectionvore has, you know, been really thriving on winning those rounds.
And Perfectionvore is doing it again now. Only Muffin left alive. He's going to get caught by the Pro 90. That is going to be another round for them, irking their lead ever so slightly forward now. Score is 11-6.
Absolutely. Not only have they been really on point with the pistol rounds, of which they've won all of them, but I feel like they've won a lot of eco rounds, right? I haven't kept track of how many eco rounds specifically they've won, but I feel like every time we see Perfectionvore with only pistols or only, you know, auto shotguns or something crazy like that, they tend to come out on top, and I haven't really seen that so much from Devestation. Devestation usually just, you know, wins with the standard guns up, op in hand, you know, style of Counter-Strike. So Perfectionvore just really hitting their stride in this map, although 2 of them did go down to Cheeks and Lopez's CZ action.
Yes, early picks into the round there. It's going to make this a 4 versus 3. There's a scout on 4Shot right now. I wonder if he can work that as well as he can work an op.
I don't see why not. And now that the scout has a slightly cheaper price line, right? I believe it's like $1,700 now. It makes that scout a pretty viable by. I mean, his economy's not going to be in great shape next round, but he'll still definitely be able to force round despite having the scout.
This is a winnable round here. Cheeks is going to be trying to watch the cross. If he can take that kill down, and actually Lopez is going to be able to collect one. And now, oh, look at this. Not going for it. Not going for it. 4-shot, just stay. If 4-shot stays there, this will be a battle over there at B. No.
I think PZ Muffin might have heard Edwin, but I'm really not sure. Maybe not, as he did just get shot directly in the back with the Galil. I do think Perfectionvore... Oh, no, 4-shot now. Why are you moving? You waited so long.
Oh, they have to know Edwin's going to be crossing right there. And let's see if he's able to catch Fobulous. No, Cheeks now knows that somebody's coming from behind. But he's going to go for it? Wow, just baits his teammate.
Wow.
It doesn't even matter, though. 4-shot hit the shot.
Okay, I guess we could spin this like that was great communication, like that was planned, but realistically, that was super lucky, right? I mean, there's no way they planned on that bait working, 4-shot peeking, and getting that super clutch frag before getting traded out. That had to have been a lot of luck, but, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That luck allowed them to pick up an eco round after I badmouthed their eco round ability.
That's what it was. It was the curse. You put the curse on.
Yeah, that's true.
And it came out.
I think every time I say something or make any kind of claim, the exact opposite just immediately happens. It's just the caster's curse. It's very real.
Oh man, look at that battle there on Catwalk as Devestation or Perfectionvore is trying to get their way up there. Devestation kind of shutting it down a little bit though. 3 versus 2 here. Vico very low and Fobulous both very low. Is 4-shot able to collect this? 4-shot does collect that kill. So now 1 versus 3 and Peas Muffin is able to take that down. Devestation getting a little momentum in their favor. This will be an 8th round for them as Perfectionvore is going to still have the lead 11-8.
Perfectionvore is once again being forced to save and will continue to leave the door open for Devestation. We saw 4-shot make really effective use of the op on the T side because of that mid pick and how just super well timed he had that down. But I think he'll also be able to make really good use of it on this side of the map as well, even if he's not picking mid. Even though it looks like he is going to be picking mid, it is kind of gutsy picking it on the CT side. I feel like, especially if you think the other team is not saving, which, obviously 4-shot had that luxury this round. Oh. But wow, the eco is coming in fast and heavy for Perfectionvore. I'll let you take over.
Let's see, they are able to make the jump across there. 4-shot. He's got a seam. Can he make the seam happen? Gets the damage off, but... Oh, wow. Actually, Cheeks was there to save that. Edwin was all over the top of him. So now we have Fobulous by himself once again. He's got to try and clutch here. 1 versus 3. Nades incoming. They should know he's there. And do they? No, they don't know.
No, not exactly.
They don't know.
PZ Muffin seems to think that he's in the area, but I don't think they know exactly where he is. He's about to walk into the one tap of PZ Muffin, who is aiming slightly high. I like that flash, though.
Yes. And now they know for a fact Fobulous is there at the site. He's going to go for the plant here. No grenades left, only flashes and smokes. So that's going to be a relatively successful plant there. Oh, it might be a successful round if he's able to collect these 2 kills. Grabs 1. Now he's got a very, very low 4-shot left to contend with, but 4-shot's op has been working very well. And, 4-shot gets in with the CZ75 auto to clutch the round 1 versus 1. That's a 2K for him, a 2K for Sasquatch, and Devestation moves 1 round closer with 9 wins to Perfectionvore's 11.
Man, the eco was almost real once again for Perfectionvore. They're a really eco-friendly team. Not that they care for the environment, which they might. They just seem to really do well with those crazy pistols or just, guns that are slightly less effective than the normal rifles. And because of that, they, were unable to win the round, but they did get a bomb plant, and they took a ton of guns out of Devastation's hands. So while 4-shot does have a bunch of money in the bank, the rest of his teammates don't.
This is going to be a working strat at long A here. That's going to be Vico who collects both of them. 4-shot's got to jump out. He's got to get out there. And did he just double? He just doubled while partially blind through a smoke. That was a lot of luck in that shot right there. There was so much luck in that shot. This is going to make it a 3 versus 3. Vico, Kinky, and Foblis left alive. Oh no, Vico on the hard flank is able to take down Muffin and then turn around and get 4-shot. And at the end of that, Cheeks falls victim to Kinky. That's 12 rounds for Perfectionvore, 9 for Devestation. And the hot streak might be over here. They're going to be on a save. Devestation.
Yeah, 4-shot has 8850 in the bank, so he might try to force guns up for him. Wow, he just buys an op straight up. So they're going to be going with a single op, no other guns set up. You know, that will re-regulate his money. Like, he still is towards the top of the economy for his team. But you'd think you would want to hold on to as much as that can, or at least, you know, kind of share the wealth. I feel like 2 FAMASes is definitely more effective than 1 op pretty much any day. But I guess in 4-shot's hands, 1 op is plenty.
Oh, Cheeks. If Cheeks would have waited a little bit longer, that would have been a good position to try and take down Foblis. Had to try and quick switch after that to get another kill, and 4-shot is going to be getting pushed here in CT. But let's see if his teammates can come save him. No, Edwin was all over the top of him, so it's going to be a 3 versus 2 here. Edwin is down in CT spawn. Kinky is crossing along A with the bomb right now. He's going to throw a flashbang up there. I do believe Lopez spotted the bomber, though, and here comes the rotate from the rest of the CTs. So now it's going to be a 2-on-3 here. Pivor trying to secure that 13th round. Devestation trying to get their 10th round. And we have Lopez with no gun. We have Muffin with no gun. But Edwin's right there. Oh, he gets caught with the op. Now both players are left on catwalk trying to push in. They got 1 kill. Now all they have to do is beat Kinky here. And it's going to be a 1 versus 1. Lopez versus Kinky. And I lag. No. Why did I lag? Oh, no kill happened. Doesn't matter. Kinky was able to take down Lopez at the end of that 1 versus 1 clutch. Tees grab it. 13th round for Pivor.
That single op buy actually worked out a lot better than I thought it would. 4-shot was able to put it to work picking up 2 kills, but that's really just a low percentage play, and I feel like it's one of the reasons why Devestation is really getting outpaced here. I think they are trying to force 4-shot into a position where they're basically forcing him to do his 40 bomb plays. Wow, Kinky just spotted 2 of them cross, so Smoke did not cover up any information. He saw the 3rd one cross as well. Yeah, I think they're just putting some unrealistic pressure on 4-shot to pick up tons of kills with the op when it's in his hands. And, you know, really he needs a supporting cast to make it work as well as he did. I think that's why he was able to drop the 41 bomb, or even more than 41, I think, by the end of it on season.
Sasquatch is going to get cut there in the middle, and Vadi at long A is going to be able to try and grab some more. Muffin, last one left, goes down outside the smoke near double doors. And Pivor now has 14 rounds, so we might be seeing a 3rd map here.
Absolutely. Before the game, I think our gut instinct was telling us that Devestation would take Season, Perfectionvore would take Dust 2, and then Cash would be the ultimate decider. I changed my mind halfway through based on how Devestation was playing on Season. I thought they would, you know, pretty much be able to cruise their way and clean up Perfectionvore on this half, but I guess that's why they always say stick with your gut, because really Perfectionvore has looked awesome this half.
Definitely have. Perfectionvore definitely turning the Jets on a little bit here, and let's see if Devestation is able to shut this down and bring it back. They still have plenty of time to try and bring this back. Going to be trying to play the retake on the B bomb site as we have Vadi, Vico, and Foblis left alive. That's going to be a peek out from Vico right there. Sasquatch is going to try and drop in the window. Now they know for a fact one's plat, one is in the tunnels here, and they're going to be going for that plat guy. Oh, Lopez goes down at the end of that before the smoke could ever go away, and 4-shot is able to grab Vadi. Ooh, no, not enough time. He's got to get out of there.
That's the smart play. Hold on to that op while you can. Perfectionvore will be moving to game point, so that op is going to be ever so important, especially since he himself, 4-shot, does not have a lot of money to drop to his teammates, and his teammates don't have a ton of money. So really going to need to bank on some slick play coming out of 4-shot. PZ Muffin, rifle, and armor, but no helmet. I guess that doesn't even matter. Sasquatch, just no armor at all. They're really stretching their money thin, as this is the last round. They have to.
Definitely have to try and stretch their money as much as they possibly can here. They're having to fight for the tie now. Edwin is able to take down 4-shot in the mid. I do believe 4-shot was only rocking the scout, and this looks like we're going to be going to that 3rd map here. Remember, Devestation took map 1. This looks like Pivor is going to take map 2 here, and then we're going to force a 3rd map. We had overtime on the 1st map, And it doesn't look like we're going to get it this time unless Devestation can pull something ridiculous out right now.
Yeah, I think it is just going to be standard 3-match, or 3-map game. Edwin has been really on point with his pretty much all game. I mean, kind of overshadowed by 4-Shot and how well 4-Shot had been playing, but this map in particular, Edwin really turned it on.
Definitely, CTs are making it pretty close here. That push from Sasquatch is going to be so well done. It is insane. Not able to beat Vico, though. This is going to be a 2 versus 2. Muffin down to 1 HP. If he goes to peek that corner at all, he's probably just going to get smoked. Lopez, he's got to try and beat Vico. Now he's got to try and peek off that. He's able to get the kill, so now it's going to be a 2 versus 1 here. Oh, Devestation has a little bit of life left, and Muffin makes the shot with only 1 HP. That's going to be a 2K for Vico, a 2K for Muffin, a 2K for Sasquatch, 1 for Lopez, and 1 on the other side for Edwin. So, still alive.
Yeah, clinging
they
to
can tie
life.
this up.
Yeah, I mean, anything is possible in Counter-Strike. Devestation is a really talented team. You know, realistically, I think it's just a matter of time before Perfectionvore kind of finds, you know, a hole in Devastation's play. I mean, they have 5 rounds where they can just buy up every round. It doesn't really matter what they do. So I think eventually they will find that hole. But, I mean, if Devestation could just keep on chugging and keep playing that just real vanilla, solid CT side and just shutting down... Oh.
This is a pause.
Pause.
I hear you.
Okay.
No, I don't know what that was.
Apparently.
Yeah. I don't see anybody disconnected or anything, so I don't know. Well, yeah, we wouldn't see it till next round anyways. But Devestation off to the early lead here. Able to get 1 kill, take down Kinky early in the round. Ooh, Muffin down to 1 HP though. Close to death himself here. Let's see if they're able to keep this momentum going. Overtime on map number 2. That would be
awesome. You know, in terms of good games, I'm always rooting for a good game. I rarely root for a particular team.
Oh, that nade was a complete touchdown there from Vadi, who was able to take down Lopez. And no, quick ML, this is not a rerun. We are live right now. Vico is going to be pushing long A, trying to make something happen. He might get a good flank off here. No, 4-Shot is definitely watching that. So here comes Vico. Boom. He grabs Vico, who is actually trying to look down at Sasquatch, and Cheeks is able to collect another kill. So now we have a 3 versus 2 situation. And 4-Shot's going to get shouldered. Oh, he peeks out a little too far. Edwin was able to collect the headshot, or excuse me, the body shot on him. And then now Edwin's watching long A, who's going to be going against the 1 HP Peas Muffin. And Muffin's going to peek out, and Edwin still gets it through the corner of the building a little bit there. Cheeks does a ton of damage to Edwin. If he can just get a little bit more done to him, he will win this round for his team after he has to try and take down Foblis. And this is do or die. Oh, this is do or die. He's got to try and get this kill on Edwin. If Edwin makes this op shot. And he does. That is going to do it for map number 2, as Edwin is able to collect the final kill of the game. We are going to map number 3 in this best of 3 series.